This is Peter Kane from Ogilvy Digital Labs. I'm here with Bethesda Softworks and Todd Howard. This is going to be an interesting game. If you want to talk briefly about the setup and the storyline.
Yeah, so Fallout 3 takes place in post-apocalyptic Washington, D.C. in the year 2277. So it's a bit of this science fiction mixed with kind of a Mad Max post-apocalyptic feel. And you play a character that you make. You can be anybody you want. You can be a male or a female. You make your own character, and you grow up in this underground bunker called a vault, where you live with your father. And then when you're 19, he leaves this vault mysteriously. You don't know why. And then you escape the vault out into this destroyed wasteland to try to find your father. So that's kind of the story and the jumping off point for the game.
That's wonderful. Now, how did the writers come up with the whole plot line for the origin of the whole tomb and how you escape from there?
The original games, Fallout 1, it did start with you in a vault. So that's something we wanted to pick up on again. The game is wide open. You can go anywhere. We can't really pull you by the nose and say, this is what you're going to do. So we wanted a hook that the player felt kind of compelled to follow. And we felt that this was a really strong one. So
definitely. Can you talk about some of the sound design? Just playing a little bit of the game is just amazing. Just the use of surround and just the environmental design of the sound is really, it was great.
It can be a very lonely game. You know, a lot of people are dead. We're always worried about doing this wasteland where, well, what's interesting about it? How does it look beautiful? How does it... So a lot of times in that loneliness, we can fill out the space with ambient sounds. We do like metal creaking and things like that. And then you get very used to this. Your ears pick up on the sound of isolation. And then when the gunfire starts, you know, it's to another level. You get very used to just the bass underlying thing. And then when the really high poppy things are going on, it just, you know, whoa. So it's really happy with the sound effects.
Definitely. So I also wanted to ask you about the visual design aspects. There's 50s robots. I saw bugs chasing after me. There's like, you know, dead people. Can you explain a little about the kind of artistic direction on the elements that make up the visual landscape?
Yeah, so artistically, we have those robots, and they're really great for that 1950s Tomorrowland design aesthetic. What was that world like? We do that a lot with the robots and the cars. And then we have mutated creatures. So you have giant ants and super mutants, these big green guys, and mutated cows with 2 heads. And then we also have the Raiders, which are like more your Mad Max people who live out in the wasteland and kill and murder and torture to survive. And they're all sunburned, and they shave their heads into mohawks, and they wear chains and leather biker things. So it all kind of fits together in a really, really unique feel. And we did concept art for like 2 years. You know, we'd have reams of this stuff. Just kind of figure out what feels right and what feels wrong in the world.
Great, great. And again, can you explain kind of like the overall timeline of the development from kind of idea to when we're going to see it on the shelf?
Overall timeline, we started in 2004, so it's been just over 4 years now. We do spend a while on the games, and it's coming out this fall, so it'll be out in just a few months, really.
Wonderful. This is Peter Kane with Ogilvy Digital Labs with Bethesda Softworks.